Hi traders, Shawn Lucas here. So good to be with you. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know if you can hear me or not. We have had the toughest time with the internet here. We're at the Gaylord Hotel and they've been so great, except I think they're blocking the YouTube port. So anyway, we're running through our cell phones right now. So hopefully we can get a good connection. Just want to kind of update everybody and field a couple questions here today. We are on a Trader on the Street tour. We left Salt Lake City on Saturday. It's now Wednesday. We've come over halfway across the country. We did a Trader on the Street in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, really it was at Council Bluffs, Iowa. So we were in just their neighbor cities. With the Iowa Western soccer team. We were able to trade with the head coach Adam Sanchez over there at Iowa Western. He's the head coach of the women's soccer team there, and they made it to the semifinals this year. We were so proud of them and their great accomplishments, and the soccer players were so fun to trade with. They were like, "Go Bulls, go Bulls, go Bulls!" And then they were like, "Go Bears, go Bears, go Bears!" So they were good. They treated us well there. So a great session. It was so cold there. I have got to tell you, it was at least -7 degrees in Omaha, and we froze our tushies off. It was so cold. Getting there was a nightmare. We left Salt Lake City early in the morning Saturday, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. We drove all the way through Wyoming, and it was just windy, but you know what, Wyoming is always windy, so nothing big there. We ate at this incredible restaurant in Cheyenne. We had a 16-ounce filet that was just melt in your mouth. Awesome. Best filet I've had in a long time. Out in the middle of Cheyenne. I guess it was just, that's what they do there. Anyway, we got back on the road, and then we started following a blizzard. We started following a blizzard through Nebraska. So it would push on, and we were right on its tail. And the roads got so icy. I mean, it was like, we still had 250 miles into Omaha, where we were gonna stay that night. And the roads got icy, and then all of a sudden, we spun off the road and ended up in the ditch. Fortunately, a tow truck was able to come and rescue us, and we were back on the road. And shortly after that, they shut down the freeway. So we are out in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska, and they had shut down the freeway. And we're like, what do we do now? So what we decided to do is just take a bunch of back roads all the way into Omaha, 200 miles at 20 miles per hour. It was one of the longest, craziest driving experiences I've ever had, but we made it okay, and we had a great trading session out there in Omaha. So Monday afternoon, we left Omaha, and we came into St. Louis, Missouri. Stayed the night there, and then we pushed on yesterday. We pushed all the way into Nashville, and that's where we're at right now. We just had a fantastic trading session with Randy. If you have a chance to go watch that trading session, it is really good if you want to understand how frustrating the outside ranges can be. We had like 5 outside ranges back to back in our trading session this morning. So outside trading ranges are so tough to trade because you get all your signals say go long, and then all of a sudden the market reverses, and then all your signals say go short. And so you're constantly flipping back and forth between this loss between your longs and your shorts. But Randy was able to we were able to work through those outside ranges. And right before Jerome Powell spoke this morning, we had a nice little candle that rallied up, took us out. We made twice our goal in one little candle. It was great. So anyway, it's a great trading session, especially if you want to learn a little bit about how the outside ranges work. Looks like I have a question. I don't have, I'm blind here, so I'm gonna, any questions that you have, I'm gonna work through our crew here. So question is?
When and where was that training episode posted?
The trading episode with Randy, or both of them, the trading episode with the Iowa Western soccer team and the one with Randy here in Nashville will be at the traderonthestreet.com website. You're going to need to subscribe to the website and become a member. Membership is like $10 a month, so it's not a lot, but become a member so that you can watch the entire episode of the Trader on the Street. So again, go to traderonthestreet.com and become a member of the tap room. That gives you access to all of the trading sessions that we do there, as well as an opportunity. We had, who was it that came today? Vincent came, Hal and Alan. All of those guys came and joined us in our trading session. And then of course I got a chance to trade with Randy today. All right, so that brings us up to Wednesday. We are still on tour. We are heading out to the Apiary Fund Summit in North Carolina. And so that will be starting on Monday. So we've got to move through the rest of Tennessee and into North Carolina. And we should be there, you know, maybe Thursday, if everything goes well, which I think it is. We're in a good spot now. Other questions?
So question for the Hive. Where do we go to eat tonight?
Where are we eating tonight?
Yeah,
in Nashville?
Ask the Hive.
Okay, all right, Hive, here's the question for you. We are in Nashville. I don't know how many of you have been here, but we are looking for some good music and some good food. It's been suggested that we go to B.B. King's, which I'm kind of partial to, but or any other suggestions out there, type them in the comments field, and we'd love to entertain any of those. We're looking for a good place to just kind of chill out tonight. So any suggestions out there? Any of you from Nashville? Any of you who've been here and you're like, oh, this is the best place? So let us know.
If chosen, we'll give you a shout out on social media. We'll take a picture.
We'll yeah, we'll share it on social media where we eat tonight. Okay.
They want to know if you're doing the trading room tomorrow.
Trading room, definitely. Yes, we are definitely doing the trading room in the morning from here, from Nashville. So we'll be here tonight and then hit the road after the trading room in the morning. So yes, definitely be on the trading room. And then, so looking forward, we're in Charlotte at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte for the summit. And we'll be doing one more Trader on the Street out there in Charlotte. We don't know with whom yet or the specific details on that, but we'll know by the time we get there. So, what other questions do we have out there?
Quick one, just how do you access the trading room?
The trading room. So the Thursday morning trading rooms are through Apiary Fund. So we're kind of balancing two different URLs, two different websites. We have the Trader on the Street website where we do all of these fun Trader on the Streets where I trade with someone. Our goal is to make more in 1 hour than they make in an entire day of work. So those are kind of just a fun trading sessions. And then of course there's Apiary Fund on the other hand, which is absolutely one of the best ways to learn how to trade. What we do is we put you through a training session called the Beeline to Funding. You work through these different Hive levels, and once you complete the Beeline, you get a funded trading account that you can manage and trade. So that's Apiary Fund. The trading room is in the Apiary Fund website. So if you just go into the Apiary Fund, go to the calendar, and you can log into the trading room through the calendar at apiaryfund.com. So there you go.
Kent Underberg's comments that the outside range happens to him all the time.
Kent? Does it feel like that, Kent? I don't know. It just seems like it's been happening a lot more in the last couple of weeks, for sure. You know, the market goes in stretches, right? What you get used to one style of market, and then it changes, and you have to adapt. And right now we're going through one of those changing periods. A lot of outside ranges because there's a lot of indecision in the market. We don't know whether we're long the dollar or short the dollar right now, and so you feel that you feel that in the price action. It goes up, and then all of a sudden a bunch of bears come in and push the market down. And so what happens is you're just constantly breaking support and resistance levels on both sides of the market, and it's really hard to trade. You know, I always say it's my what's that car in Fast and Furious? My Elinor. There you go. Elinor. It's my Elinor. It's that one pattern I just can't seem to bust. And anyway, that seems to be what those outside ranges do. And you know, for a classic price action trader, that is the hardest pattern to really trade, is those outside ranges. But you know, you fight through them, you work through them, you try and keep those losses small, and then eventually you're going to hit that market right. And that's what happened today with Randy. We balanced a loss on one side, made a little bit, lost again, made a little bit. We were just trying to keep those losses all contained, and then all of a sudden we had the one move that made up for everything and brought us into profitability. So that's a trick, right? It's a balancing act we have to work through. Other comments, questions?
Master Investor, love the comment. The market apparently has a multiple personality.
Yeah, the market is multiple personality. It's a little bipolar, maybe. I don't know. It just seems like Dr. Jekyll one day, Mr. Hyde the next, and that's about the way it is.
This is a good question. Sandro asks, what adjustments are needed to do in the wobbling technique in the outside range?
Ooh, wobbling in an outside range is tough, right? So typically in a wobble, what we're looking for is we've got a layer that is our like drop dead layer. Like, you don't hold it through that. And typically an outside range will push you through that drop dead layer. And so what happens is at that point, when the market is about to break through that last support layer or that last resistance layer, then typically what I do is I'll either go into a hedge where I now start to look for the market to go the opposite direction, and so I'll hedge it. But in an outside range, a hedge is just awful. It's just bad because it gets you into to the other side of the market and pushes that, but not enough to get you out of the trade. And so really, just going through the iterations where, excuse me, going through those iterations where you take the longs, and then just hold on to it. So really the key to trading an outside range successfully with the wobble is not to get in too heavy into the trade. So when you're at that point, you're actually only half full position. And if you can be at half full position, then you can weather a little bit of a break down through the final point of no return. And then if the market is truly, if it's truly going through this waffle decision where it doesn't know if it wants to go up or down, then hopefully then you can get the rebound out of it. So it just kind of depends. And what I found is that sometimes I have to take a series of losses in order to discover what is the market doing and how do I adapt. So I'll get into a trade, take a loss, get into another set of trades, take a loss, and then by then hopefully I've learned what is the nature of the market, and I can start to adapt to that nature. Maybe instead of getting in early, maybe I wait for the reversals and wait for it to get in, and wait to get in a little bit later. We did one thing in this session this morning called a build, and that was a pretty effective trade for us, where we waited for the whipsaw to happen. It happened, and then as it came back in, we started building positions in the direction of the, so it's a wobble build as opposed to a wobble fade. And I like to wobble fade, and so this was a little different for me to do a wobble build, but that seemed to work out pretty good. And you know what? In some of these future episodes, we'll go through and talk a little bit about these different techniques. So,
got a couple votes for coming to New York Times Square.
New York Times Square. Times Square would be insane. That would be a lot of fun, though. Maybe we'll have to make that happen. All right.
Kent asked who's handling the Hamilton, and Mad Dragon said me.
Oh. Yeah, don't forget the Hamilton challenge. We talked a little bit about that this morning. Hamilton is just we're focusing in on consistency right now as our trading group. So we really want to zero in on being consistent. Doesn't matter how much money we make. We just want to make sure that we're hitting a consistent target every day. I think if you can focus in on making a Hamilton, a $10 in the market every day, then you're going to start to build this habit of reaching that target. You know, it may take you 10 minutes, may take you 60 minutes, but by the end of the session, you're at that Hamilton mark, okay? So important that we learn how to be consistent in our trading. Who's handling it? That's Lexi through Facebook. So go to our Apiary Fund website, or Facebook site, Apiary Fund Facebook, and that's where you'll submit your Hamiltons. Say, hey, I made it, yay, good job. That's where you submit it, and then Lexi will post on the website or on Facebook whether you. She'll post the congratulations on Facebook website. So. Anything else? I think we're done. We started late, and I'm so sorry for that. Hopefully this has been stable through the session, but I think we're going to wrap up. And we'll look at doing another one of these next week, same time from the summit. So we should, we'll hopefully get give you a little taste of what Apiary Fund summits are like. Two things before we wrap up. Number one, don't forget the challenge. Make sure you get in there and trade for your $10. Number two, go over to traderonthestreet.com and sign up to become a member of that, so that you can watch these episodes like my trading session with Adam and my trading session with Randy today. So make sure you go over there and sign up for that. Traders, always a great opportunity to spend some time with you. Love trading. Trading is the best. So go fight trade, and we'll see you next Wednesday, same time. Thanks everybody. See you then.
This episode of YouTube Live was brought to you by Trader on the Street. Join Shawn Lucas as he works one-on-one with other traders to try to make more in 1 hour than the average American, and learn more about Shawn's unique and effective strategies and techniques.